6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has directed to expedite the process of consultation to ensure early implementation of National Energy Conservation Plan in the country. Minister for National Food Security says the government is committed to bring growth in agriculture sector at par with international standards. Uzbek Deputy Prime Minister has offered Pakistani businessmen and investors to benefit from excessive opportunities in his country. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 4 more Kashmiri youth in Jammu today. Commissioner for Human Rights has called on interim Afghan government to revoke immediately policies that target the rights of women and girls. And on the third day of Karachi Test against Pakistan, New Zealand in their first innings were 440 for 6 at stumps today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif has directed to expedite the process of consultation with all stakeholders to ensure early implementation of National Energy Conservation Plan in the country. Presiding over a meeting of Federal Cabinet in Islamabad today, he said we as a nation need to adopt prudence with regard to energy as well as change in our attitude. The Prime Minister said the implementation of Energy Conservation Plan and the use of alternative energy resources is indispensable to contain import bill of fuel. He also directed to form a committee to reduce electricity consumption in government offices by 30%. The Cabinet was apprised that the petrol-powered motorcycles in the country will be replaced by electric bikes in a phased manner. It was further informed that 22 companies have been issued license to manufacture electric bikes in Pakistan. The Prime Minister directed to submit a detailed plan regarding electric bikes to the Economic Coordination Committee. The Cabinet gave final approval to the report of the Cabinet Committee on Soybean and also approved the Government-to-Government Commercial Transaction Act 2022. Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif has directed to expedite the implementation of Kisan Package to facilitate the farmers. Presiding over a review meeting on Kisan Package in Islamabad today, he stressed the need to ensure food security in Pakistan at all costs. The Prime Minister directed paying special attention to the cultivation and production of wheat, cotton, canola and olives for food security in the country. He emphasized ensuring supply of better seeds to increase the production of other food grains, including pulses. The meeting was informed about the implementation of Kisan Package, Youth Loan Scheme, interest waiver for small farmers, and provision of interest-free agricultural loans to small farmers in flood-affected areas. Minister for National Food Security Tariq Bashir Cheema says government aims to bring improvement and growth in agriculture sector at par with international standards. Addressing media in Islamabad today, he said, despite the economic constraints and post-flood challenges, we have achieved 91% of wheat sowing target. The minister said wheat sowing has been completed on 21 million acres across the country. He expressed hope that we will get a bumper crop of wheat this year. Tariq Bashir Cheema said under the Mega Kisan Package, we ensured the availability of DAP fertilizer at the subsidized cost of 11,250 rupees per bag. Finance Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar says Pakistan has resilience and it will survive all challenges. Speaking at a ceremony at Karachi Stock Exchange today, he said Pakistan has a very beautiful future. However, he stressed for joint and targeted efforts by the public and private sectors to come out of this pressing economic situation. The finance minister regretted that certain elements involved in dirty politics are active in disinformation about the country's economic condition. Ishaq Dar said Pakistan's debt-to-GDP ratio is 72%, which is lower than many countries, and this suggests a comfortable situation. A 2-day international online workshop on the role of integrated computer technologies in the public grievance redressal system began in Islamabad today under the auspices of the Asian Ombudsman Association. President of the Asian Ombudsman Association, Federal Ombudsman Ijaz Ahmed Qureshi, addressing the participants, said the prompt and efficient disposal of complaints is of critical importance in the dispensation of justice. Workshop is being attended by 43 participants representing ombudsman institutions of China, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Macau, Malaysia, Thailand, Turkey, Uzbekistan, as well as provincial ombudsman institutions of Sindh, KP, Azad Kashmir, and Federal Tax Ombudsman and Banking Muhtasib, Pakistan. Chairman National Database and Registration Authority Mohammad Tariq Malik has said 1,427 applications of Afghan citizens have been rejected who had applied for computerized cards. He was speaking on the occasion of inaugural ceremony of Nadra Center at Larkana today. The chairman said due to biometric devices, now it is not possible for non-Pakistani citizens to utilize Nadra cards. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 4 Kashmiri youth in a fake encounter in Jammu district today. According to Kashmir Media Service, the troops martyred the youth after dislodging them from a vehicle they were travelling in and killed them in cold blood in Sidra area of the district. Earlier, Indian Army portrayed them as militants killed in a clash during a cordon and search operation. Meanwhile, Indian authorities have imposed restrictions under Section 144 in Patan area of Baramulla district to prevent a Muslim religious program. People's Democratic Party President Mehbooba Mufti, in a tweet, said that she was not shocked at Bharatiya Janata Party leader and member of Indian Parliament Pragya Thakur's call for genocide of Muslims in India and in the occupied territory. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, has called on the Taliban to revoke immediately a raft of policies that target the rights of women and girls in Afghanistan. In a statement, he said no country can develop socially and economically with half its population excluded. He said these unfathomable restrictions placed on women and girls will increase the suffering of all Afghans. In Afghanistan, 4 people were injured in a blast in Talukan city of Takhar province today. Provincial police spokesman Abdul Mubin Safi said it was a mine blast and an investigation is underway in this regard. Russia has ruled out any peace plan on Ukraine if it does not account for 4 new regions annexed to Moscow. Talking to media in Moscow, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said any plan that does not take into account these circumstances cannot claim to be a peace plan. He dismissed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's 10-point peace plan, saying that their proposals to end the conflict in Ukraine must be considered. Kosovo closed its biggest border crossing today after protesters blocked it on the Serbian side to support their ethnic kin, refusing to recognize the country's independence. According to media reports, the latest protest came hours after Serbia put its army on the highest level of alert following weeks of escalating tensions. Around 50,000 Serbs living in ethnically divided northern Kosovo refused to recognize the government in Pristina or the status of Kosovo as a country separate from Serbia. And now cricket. On the third day of first cricket test of 2-match series against Pakistan at Karachi, New Zealand in their first innings were 440 runs for the loss of 6 wickets at stumps today. Earlier, Pakistan were all out for 438 runs in their first innings. And finally, the weather report. Rain and snowfall over the mountains is expected in north and western Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Upper Punjab, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 12 hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.